Hey, Clarity family, welcome to your reading. If you landed here, baby, it's not random. Spirit brought you here on purpose. There's something in this message that's meant to hit different. You're about to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the energy. Before we dive in, I gotta let you know, for a limited time only, I've got my 3 for $33 offer open. You can ask me any 3 questions: your love life, the person on your mind, your next relationship, your career, your money, or if you just need some grounded life coaching clarity, I'm here for it. 3 questions, $33, straight up truth. All right, so let's go ahead and pull your first card and see what's really hiding underneath this energy, because let me tell you something. I can already feel it. The vibe coming through is heavy, and somebody's acting calm, but their spirit is restless, okay? There's unfinished business, unspoken words, and an emotional current that's running deeper than they will ever admit. So we're gonna unpack this piece by piece. I'll call it like I see it. No sugar, no filters. And when we get to the end, I'm gonna break this all the way down in your total energetic frequency. And when I tell you that that part is crazy, look, that's the moment it all clicks, okay? That's where you'll understand why this happened, what they're about to do next, and how spirit is flipping the whole story in your favor. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's go ahead and drop your first card, because this energy, yeah, it's about to tell on itself. So let's go. All right, what is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what's coming through. Y'all, we got Alethea, and it's spelled Alethea. Look, when this card shows up, let me just say this. It's not random, okay? And it's not a coincidence. See, this is what I'm talking about. This word means truth revealed, real truth, and it's the kind that doesn't come through words, but through actions and energy. See, because this card doesn't just show up when everything's fine. It shows up when somebody's been wearing a mask for too long. And Spirit's like, all right, take it off. We are done pretending. So if you have been second guessing a situation, you're not crazy. You've been reading energy. You've been reading energy and not mixed signals, because Alethea says that the truth is already showing itself, and that the question is, are you ready to stop explaining it away? This card cracks illusions open. It exposes hidden motives, feelings, and double lives. But here's the real message underneath. You can't demand honesty from others if you are still negotiating it within yourself. So, before you call out what somebody else has been hiding, Spirit wants you to check your own alignment, okay? Are you walking in truth, or walking on eggshells hoping it won't break? Right? Because this energy, baby, it's about to bring clarity so sharp that it cuts through every lie in the room. Okay? Keep watching, because by the time we hit your total energetic frequency, you're going to understand exactly who and what this truth was meant to free you from. All right? So let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? And let's see what's coming through. All right. Look, Lilith, honey, power, activism, vengeance. Okay? This is Lilith, Lilith. Let me explain to you exactly what Lilith is. It's in astrology. And baby, here's the thing. Look, honey, Lilith is divine rebellion. She's that part of you that's done being quiet, okay? Done being polite, done waiting for permission to exist fully. So when this energy shows up, Spirit is saying that you have been underestimated for way too long. And now it's time to show them what happens when silence finally finds its voice. Okay? So this isn't the let me prove myself type of power. Nah. This is the I already know who I am type. It's the energy of reclaiming your time, your boundaries, and your body after people tried to make you shrink. Okay, you see, Lilith represents sacred rage, not pretty revenge, but divine correction. So if someone's been playing with your peace, right? This is the thing, if they've been mistaking your kindness for weakness, Lilith steps in and restores balance. She doesn't wait on karma. She is karma. Okay? Honey, she is karma with lipstick and receipts. All right? So this card means that your power is rising back up. You might have felt emotional, reactive, or even guilty for standing up for yourself lately, but Spirit's saying that that's not you being too much. That's you returning to your throne. All right? And here's the truth. Lilith doesn't chase. She replaces. She doesn't beg for closure. She becomes it. Okay? And she doesn't fight for validation. She withdraws her energy and lets the silence speak louder than words. So whatever you've been holding in, whatever you've been afraid to say, it's time. Because your voice, your truth, your boundaries, they're not dangerous. They're divine protection disguised as rebellion. Stay with me, because when we hit your total energetic frequency later in this reading, you're going to see how this Lilith energy connects to what's unfolding right now, and why someone's about to regret ever underestimating your power. Okay, so let's go. What is the energy as it does relate y'all? We got Breaking Bad Habits, and the card says self-acceptance and excellent mental health. Okay, listen. Look. Okay. Let me tell you something. This isn't just about quitting toxic patterns. This is about no longer betraying yourself to keep the peace. Okay, this energy hits when you finally realize that you've been doing too much emotional labor for people who give you the bare minimum. And Spirit is saying that you've mastered survival. So now it's time to master peace. Breaking bad habits isn't just about who you text or what you eat. It's about the stories you keep telling yourself, the self-doubt, the overthinking, the guilt that keeps you small. So this card says that you are the habit that's changing. Let me say it louder for the clarity family in the back. You are the habit that's changing. You are no longer addicted to chaos. You're no longer chasing closure. You're no longer performing worthiness. This is the detox of your energy. Body, mind, and soul aligning like we done with that. Self-acceptance means that you don't need anyone to clap for you before you celebrate yourself. Excellent mental health means that your peace is no longer negotiable. And Spirit wants you to know every time you choose calm over chaos, That's silent victory. And every time you don't respond, and every time you say no without explaining, without over explaining, and every time you choose rest over reaction, that's your rebirth in motion. So yeah, this isn't a small win energy. This is you becoming the version of yourself that your past self prayed to meet. Okay? This is you becoming the version of yourself that your past self prayed to meet, honey. Right? Yes. So listen. Keep watching, because when we hit your total energetic frequency, honey, I'm going to show you how this new healed energy is pulling in better love, better money, and better alignment, and how breaking these habits is actually unlocking your next blessing. So let's go. All right, what is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what's coming through. Yes, okay. It's simple, really. And the card says, how do I feel? I want you, us, forever. So somebody's showing up in this reading with a bold statement, okay? They saying it's simple. ABC, 1, 2, 3. Okay, but let's decode it, because this ain't just some sweet words. This is about intentions meeting actions. Now, this energy feels like somebody who's been in their head and maybe even stubborn or quiet for a while, suddenly realizing, wait, I don't want to lose this. See, they've been playing it cool, pretending that they're unbothered, but their soul's been screaming your name the whole time. See, I want you, us, forever. Sounds beautiful, but Spirit is asking you to pay attention to consistency, not confession. Anyone can say forever when they're lonely. Real alignment shows up when the phone call doesn't end just because things got uncomfortable. But here's the real tea. This person is realizing that you're not replaceable. No, they might have even flirted with detachment or tried to see if you would chase. But that space just reminded them that nobody feels like you. And now that your energy has detached, they're panicking because your silence hit harder than any argument ever could. Okay? And Spirit is saying that you hold the power now. If they really want forever, let them prove it through presence, not promise. Don't rush to believe it. Watch. Just watch how they move when it's inconvenient. Because yeah, they're showing up bold, but you're showing up healed. And that means this time, forever has to meet you on your level. Stay with me, honey, because when we reach the total energetic frequency, I'm going to reveal what this person's next move looks like and whether this forever energy is like a turning point or just a confession born out of fear. Okay, so let's go. All right, let's do it. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what's coming through. Yeah, girl, they want forever, forever, ever. Let's go. Nobody playing with them. Look at the Eight of Swords. This is what you're dealing with the Eight of Swords energy and this person, okay? when the Eight of Swords shows up, it's showing up for a reason. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not sugarcoating this either. It's going to hit a little hard, so buckle up. Okay? Look. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now, this card is all about mental prisons, fear, denial, and emotional avoidance. That person that you have been dealing with, they're trapped in their own head. Okay? It's like they want love, they want forever, but they are terrified of what it actually takes to have it. See, the Eight of Swords is the I want you, but I don't know how to show up for you energy. They overthink everything, honey, and they will replay your words in their mind. You see what I'm saying? They will stalk your socials. They'll feel you pulling away. And instead of stepping up, they freeze. Because control feels safer than vulnerability. But here's the kicker. Those swords around them, right? They're not even locked in. That means that the prison that they're in is self-made. Because they could take the blindfold off and walk right out. But pride and fear keep them standing still. So yeah, while they are over there stuck in mental loops, you've been the one carrying all the emotional weight. And Spirit is saying it's time to stop rescuing people who won't save themselves. You have already proven your loyalty. You've already shown your heart. And so now it's time to show your boundaries. Because if they can't meet you outside of that mental cage, they don't deserve access to your peace. This is the test. This is the test. Will you keep waiting for someone who's trapped by choice, or will you set yourself free first? And listen, when we get to that total energetic frequency, y'all, I'm going to break down exactly what happens after you stop playing therapist and start acting like the blessing. Because the second you walk away from this Eight of Swords energy, everything, and I mean everything, it starts shifting in your favor. Okay, so let's go. Let's do it. All right, what is the energy? As it does relate, let's see what's coming through. What is the energy? Look, Eight of Coins. Y'all, look, the Eight of Coins shows up. Eight of Coins right after the Eight of Swords. This is not a coincidence, okay? It's not a coincidence. It's earth and it's physical. And it governs the earth zodiac. So you got Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. That energy is showing up here. And yes, that energy could be in the top placements of their birth chart or yours as a confirmation here in the reading. It could be in the sun, the moon, the rising sign, the seventh house of relationships, or even the planet Venus, okay? Now, here's the thing, baby. Spirit is making a point. Because when you move from the Eight of Swords to the Eight of Coins, it's like going from mental stuckness to mastery and self-focus. The message is loud. Stop fixing them. Start perfecting you. I'm going to say this louder for clarity, family in the back. Stop fixing them. Start perfecting you. The Eight of Swords had you trapped in their overthinking, their inconsistency, their emotional walls. And the Eight of Coins says, all right, we're done with that. We are done with that. Let's get back to work on you, your peace, your bag, your glow up, your boundaries. See, this is Spirit literally showing you that your energy is better spent building, not begging. Because while yes, they're replaying conversations, okay? And you're out here building a foundation. While they're stuck on what if you're manifesting? What's next? Okay? They worried about you. And let me tell you, the deeper layer here. When these two cards come back to back, right? It's Spirit's way of saying that you were the lesson, not the student. You were the mirror that showed this person what growth looks like, and now your focus becomes the flex. So yeah, this ain't coincidence. This is confirmation. The moment you walk out of that mental cage, which is the Eight of Swords, and walk into self-mastery, Eight of Coins, everything shifts. Money, energy, confidence, all of it levels up. All right? And we got one more card to go before we get to your total energetic frequency, because that's where I'm going to tell you exactly how this grind energy, this healed, I'm good either way vibration, it ends up turning the tables in a way that's going to shock both of y'all. Okay, so let's go. What is the energy as it does relate? And let's see what's coming through. Okay, hold on. What is the energy as it does relate? What's coming through? You got passion. The card says insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. Okay, let me tell you what I'm picking up. Because passion, of course, is something that you radiate, okay? Now, this is that fire you can't fake. It's the kind of connection where the energy speaks louder than words, where every look feels like a paragraph, and where every touch says, I still remember you. But here's the truth underneath. Chemistry without consistency will have you high and hollow at the same time. Chemistry without consistency will have you high and hollow at the same time. This person, the passion is real. You're not imagining it, okay? The pull, the magnetism, the way your energy spikes when they are around. It's mutual. They feel it too. They might try to downplay it, but Spirit is saying that they're not that good of an actor. However, right? And this is where it gets real, because passion is the spark, not the structure, okay? So if it's all adrenaline and no accountability, it burns out fast. This card shows both of you lighting up each other's shadows and desires. And somebody's gotta decide if this is just fireworks or foundation. Spirit's saying, enjoy the chemistry, but don't confuse it with commitment. You deserve both the spark and the safety. And listen, this energy is fun, intoxicating, and unforgettable, but it's also a test. Can you stay grounded while it's that good? Because the universe is about to show you the difference between someone who lights your fire and someone who tends to it. Okay. All right. And so now, baby, listen, we are at the total energetic frequency. And when I tell you what I am feeling, it's just wild AF that I can hardly contain it. Y'all, let's go. I'm going to give it to you. Okay. Listen, here's the thing. I'm feeling, this is the thing. I'm feeling heat, alignment, and breakthrough energy all at once. It's like everything that you've been through, every false start, every ghosted text, every silent treatment, every night you talked yourself off the ledge of settling, it's been building to this. All right? Here's the thing. Love. You are stepping into a season where passion meets reciprocity. No more half connections, no more breadcrumb love. You are pulling in someone who matches your energy, not just your body, but your frequency, okay? This is mutual effort, mutual growth, and mutual respect. And Spirit is saying that you passed the test. You passed the test, and now you get the real thing. Money and stability. The 8 of Coins earlier, okay, it's paying off. Every boundary you set, every time you chose work over worry, every moment you redirected your focus, it's compounding. Your discipline is the down payment on your dream life. Your discipline is the down payment on your dream life. Expect real results, not just hope. The emotional and spiritual energy. You have outgrown reacting, and now you're responding. You are grounded, you're clear, and the same situations that used to trigger you will now teach you. See, this is emotional evolution, and Spirit says that your peace is no longer temporary. It's permanent because it's protected. And the frequency, reclamation. You're not waiting for anyone to choose you. You're realizing you were the choice all along. See, the energy feels unstoppable. It's like the glow up that everyone doubted is finally undeniable. So yeah, when I tell you that this frequency is wild, I mean it's alive. It's that watch how everything changes once I start choosing myself kind of magic. This isn't the ending. This is the beginning of your power era. You've broken the pattern, reclaimed your peace, and stepped into the version of you that doesn't chase, doesn't settle, and doesn't explain. Now here's the final message from Spirit. Baby, they fumbled your old self. They don't even deserve access to who you're becoming next. This energy, yeah, it's up, it's locked, and it's yours. Clarity family. Listen, if this reading resonated with you, okay? Because this wasn't just a reading, this was a mirror moment. Everything that came through, it wasn't here to scare you or hype you. It was here to remind you who the hell you are, okay? You are the storm and the calm after it. You're the lesson and the blessing. The people who fell away didn't reject you. They released themselves from a frequency they couldn't maintain. So from this point on, it's simple. Protect your peace like it's currency. Lead with truth and not potential. And trust that what's aligned will never require you to abandon yourself. Because baby, your next chapter, it's not about proving anything. It's about living everything you prayed for. So take a deep breath. Release that last bit of doubt. And remember, you don't chase, you attract. You don't beg, you align. You don't break, you evolve. Your power is louder than the past. Your peace is your proof. Until next time, Clarity family, keep glowing, keep grounding, and keep protecting your energy.